Hi, I'm Kevin Michalowski, editor of Concealed Carry Magazine. In this edition of Into the Fray, we'll revisit that carjacking scenario with some questions that people have had. Okay, one of the first questions we're getting a lot on this carjacking scenario is that people are asking, well, why didn't he shoot him? He had the right to shoot him. Well, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. It appears he had the right to shoot him. Yes, carjacker, armed with a firearm, that's a deadly force scenario. But at the time when he had the best opportunity to shoot, he had tossed his keys to the ground behind him, and the bad guy had turned his back on the good guy. Now, again, you could argue in court. I don't know which way it will go. I'm not going to say one way or the other. You could argue in court. At that point, the bad guy turned around, bent over to pick up the keys. The good guy decided that was the time to engage. Draws his gun, moves behind the vehicle for cover rather than going in the building, and engages from right there and decides he's going to start the gunfight. Now, an overzealous prosecutor could say, well, you shot that man in the back. You shot him when his back was turned. You took advantage, something like that. All of those things could come into play when or if this case got to trial. Certainly if the case went to a civil litigation, that boy's mama say, he's a good boy, he didn't deserve to die like that out there on the street. Well, it's all well and good, but there are some other things to keep in mind at the same time. We talked about maybe having a fake key, a spare key, just a bluff key. You throw that key on the ground and let the guy pick it up and then try to start your car with a key that doesn't work. And the reason we're talking about doing this is, okay, you've thrown your keys on the ground, the guy now has your keys, your car. What else does he have? Stop and think about this for a minute. Usually your house key is on your keys with your car keys. Now he has your car keys, your house keys, and somewhere in that glove compartment is your vehicle registration with your home address. So you're throwing your keys on the ground, you're pretty much ensuring that you need to change all the locks on your house and pay extra special attention to see who's going to come visit you now that he has your car, your home address, and all that other information, possibly keys to your house as well. So lots of different things to think of across this scenario. Rather than let him get away with your house keys, car keys, and home address, do you want to engage at that time? I can't tell you yes or no. I can't tell you what will be the best course of action. I can just give you alternate courses of action. Obviously, we always want to get out of a situation without being involved in a gunfight if we can. But if we can't, or if there's something else that we need to protect, I want to make sure that you have the skills, the tools, and the knowledge to do that. There are lots of things to think about. This is not just a simple carjacking. Out there on the video, the bad guy points a gun, the good guy throws the keys on the ground, and the car is gone. There's a lot more to think about when we're dealing with this. If you wanted to engage, you would probably have the legal right to, but remember, that's all going to be reviewed by prosecutors. An overzealous guy, he's going to get after you and decide he wants to charge you with something no matter what, just to prove that people shouldn't be engaging in gunplay in the streets. If you can get inside, lock the door behind you if you can, and take up a defensive position. If you've thrown a fake key on the ground, good. Then the guy doesn't have your car keys, doesn't have your home address, doesn't have your house keys. But we're asking a lot of that, you know? Remember to carry a fake key with you. And when a gun's pointed at your face, remember to grab the fake key and throw it on the ground, not the real key. Well, we're also asking a lot of you in a deadly force scenario. We're asking you to make sure that you know all the rules, make sure that you know how to operate your firearm, make sure that you know what the target is, what's beyond it, what's in between the target and you, and what's going on all around you. There is so much to think about. These are not simple situations. I want you to look at this video and decide, what would you do? I'm Kevin Michalowski, editor of Concealed Carry Magazine. If you like these videos, share them with all your friends, and please subscribe to our page. We'll give you more great information every week.